Hey y'all, welcome. Today it is such a beautiful day. I am gardening in zone 10A in the Tampa, Florida area. And today we're going to harvest and we're going to do a little fertilizing. So let me get to it. I have some kale that's way overdue that I should have probably harvested a while ago, but I have my utensils out here today and I am going to harvest. And I have my little harvesting shears here. Oh, here's a tomato. It fell off. And I'm gonna put it right here until I'm finished. But look, I'm gonna show you how this has helped me with not overwatering. And like today I'm gonna be fertilizing with the liquid fertilizer on my green stalks, but how it also helps me with not over fertilizing. So y'all may recognize this. I know you got one in one of your drawers in the kitchen. It's a wine stopper. So you know how the green stalk has like the little, anyway, I'll get to that when it's time to get to that. But right now, I'm gonna put this here. Y'all know I be forgetting things really fast, but I'm gonna put that there and I'll get it once I'm ready to go inside and take my kale and collards. I think I'm gonna do some collards today too. And we'll get to it. So how is everything going? How are you guys doing? It's been good here. We got some much needed rain last night, well, yesterday and last night. One of the reasons why I'm out here harvesting, because I wanted to do like a check, but see, I know some people like for their kale and greens to get like really large. I really like it when my kale is about this size. For me, it's easier for my salads and when I'm cooking. It's more tender when it's this way. I don't know, it seems like the curly kale when I have the larger leaves, it comes out so tough, you know? The same with like my collards, like look, there's a collard leaf right here. But I like them when they're smaller leaves, they're more tender. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? But in any case, I'm going to harvest, what do I have? I have some kale and collard that really need to come out of here so I can have some new leaves that grow. But I have some potatoes in the bag. And I don't know if they're ready, if they're not, if I should tip it. See, here's what happened. When I planted the potatoes, I didn't write down the date. So I don't know when the heck I put those things in the bag. They're all in grow bags. But I've been reading and learning that sometimes when the leaves die out, that's a sign that the potatoes are ready. But honestly, y'all, when we had all that frost, it looked like they died out. But today they're looking perky again. So I have no idea. If you have some recommendations, let me know. What I thought about doing is just, I have like 5 grow bags with potatoes in them. They were all planted at the same time. Different varieties. I have some sweet potatoes, 2 different varieties of sweet potatoes. I have a purple potato and I have some white potatoes. What I was thinking about doing is doing the one that had the most foliage, like with the most leaves and stuff. Taking that and tipping it over to see what's in the bag, you know. But I forgot to show y'all this. So I was moving around today when I was trying to decide, like, was I really gonna harvest? What was I gonna do? Da 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 da. And I have red strawberry, y'all. So I'm gonna cut it. Y'all look, I got a strawberry. I know it's tiny, but still, it's a red berry. I was really excited when I saw that, but I guess I kind of just screwed up by plucking it. I should have let it be, right? So it'll get larger. Well, dang. But anyway, the strawberries are berrying. Yes, I'm gonna put that down there. But yeah, I was really excited when I saw that. There's some more in here. And these little runners, so I saw that if you let them go into like another pot, that it'll create like another plant. So that's what I plan to do with this whole bottom row down here, is as the runners come out to like push those down. But I know I'm all over the place. I know I am, but it is just such a nice day out here today. So I just had so much to share. So I wanted to share, wanted to see how things were going out here. Hopefully, again in zone 10A in Central Florida, we're like so behind all that bad weather that we have. and I'm assuming we're about to start getting some rain because it's been like really dry here. Like I said, we had rain yesterday and last night. We had a good soaking, which was really good, but I still don't think it was enough to bring our tables up. I mean, we had fires, y'all. We had some fires that broke out due to like the extreme dryness, and you know, I guess people were burning. I have no idea, but we have water restrictions. Everything is dry, so that's also made it kind of difficult when it comes to, you know, us gardening and everything, because with the water restrictions, that was just getting on my nerves, y'all. I'm sorry, I had to cut it. But with the water restrictions, I don't know, I don't see too much of any damage that it has done to my plants that had already kind of matured, right? But for those seeds that I did plant, I do see that there's like a slower growth with those. So I don't know, this is all a learning process to me. Like I said, I'm like new to this. What I did as a child was just watching, helping, and picking the little vegetables here and there from my uncle's garden or grandmother's garden. That stuff it ain't like it was. You know, I ain't like I was. These knees ain't like they were. The how do I say, the fulfillment is there. I was curious as a child, you know, going plucking like, ooh, okay, we're eating this. But it's more of like, this is so therapeutic. I don't know if you've ever thought about trying to like garden, but it is really it's therapeutic. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing my pruning of my kale and my collards, and then I'm gonna show y'all how I fertilize. So I'll be right back. All right. Hey y'all, so I completed my harvest of kale, I completed my harvest of collard, and I also did some pruning of those dead leaves that have been around for a couple of weeks. So I'm kind of good on the front when it comes to, you know, keeping the garden healthy, keeping the plants healthy. So what I'm doing next is I'm going to be fertilizing with the liquid fertilizer. Y'all, I put some of this stuff on my fingers like the fish, has fish, y'all, that stuff funky. But anyway, this little wine stopper, let me show you how it helps me from not overwatering the plants in the green stalk. And let me tell you what made me thought about this idea. So me and my husband went away for like a weekend or a week or something. So we left our son here and we asked him, you know, to water the plants like that Wednesday or whatever while we were gone. And he told me that he put his thumb in, because he was at like, how much water goes into the, you know, container to water the plants? I was like, just fill it till it's full. He's like, well, the water seeps out as you know, pour the water in, because it's like a hole up here. So he said, I put my thumb in it. I was like, aha, that's a good way of doing it. And then ever since then, I've been using my wine corky thing here. Well, of course I don't use it with my wine anymore. This is strictly for like my green stalk, but you can get these from anywhere, your dollar store, your Walmart, your Amazon. It's just a wine plug. If you don't drink wine, okay, I get it, but it's a wine plug. I drink wine, so I have plenty of these here. But I'm gonna poke that in the top of the reservoir, and then I have my fertilizer. Ooh, funky wonky. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it. The reservoir is full. Oh my gosh, I need some gloves. I need some gloves. I'll be right back. I need some gloves because I'm not putting my hands in that stuff, y'all. I'll be right back. So when I tell y'all I learned my lesson, I learned the lesson of not wearing anything when messing with this fertilizer. What is it? It's the let me tell you, show you what it is. This is Fox Farm Big Bloom. It's really good. I really see a difference, but y'all, you drop that stuff on your finger, you drop it anywhere, talk about funky. Like, fooled me once. Okay, so got my little gloves on, and I'm gonna go down, and I release the plug, and you see all the water goes out, goes through, and all of my plants are getting fertilized. Isn't that cool? All right, so I'm gonna do all the plants here, and that's basically it for me today in gardening. Of course, I'll come out and take a look tomorrow. I may want some tea tomorrow, so I'll come out and get some mint, but it's a wrap. Have a great week, and talk to you soon.